After 10,000 of aura photos, I have realized that the most common type of people that end up in controlling relationships are women who have always been a good girls. I am also one of them. Kind, loving, empathetic. And today I want to talk about how that goodness, when conditioned, can turn into self-abandonment, and later on it can turn into controlling relationships. This good girl usually learned love through approval. She was being praised for being helpful, polite, and mature for her age. She learned how to read the room, adjust herself to the environment and people around her. That is actually being highly sensitive, and this feeling of sensing everything and wanting to adjust becomes conditioning because we kind of lose ourselves in that process. If I will not upset anyone, I will be loved. I know that many of these good girls watched their mothers overgive and absorbed these ancestral patterns of women who survived by staying silent. So instead of learning boundaries, we learned self-sacrifice. And this is where controlling relationships may easily come in. Because one of the biggest patterns in a spiritual good girl is people pleasing. You say yes when you want to say no, and you over explain yourself in the situations you don't need to, and you kind of avoid conflict because the peace feels safer for you. For example, somebody asks for your help and you already have a lot of things to do. You feel kind of tight inside of your body. You know that you don't want to do that, but you agree anyway. You kind of stop checking in with yourself and choose the needs of others over your own needs. And that's where controlling relationships enter. Because controlling or narcissistic partner rarely appears controlling at first. He often appears protective, certain, confident. And for you as a good girl, it actually feels like a big relief because it's not easy for you to trust your own ideas and decisions. This self-doubt is a real thing. So when somebody says, I know what's best for you, I will do it for you, let me handle this, you feel really good and familiar because you are a good girl and you like to be taken care of. But then these boundaries are crossed more and more and more, and this other person slowly starts to influence you in your bigger life decisions. You might say, I don't really like when you check my phone, but okay, it's okay. Or you may say, I will cancel my plans because you had a long day, and it happens more and more frequently. So you become responsible for his moods, his needs, and his emotional state. And this is how this good girl conditioning happens in action in controlling relationships. As you see, this good girl enters this relationship with controlling partner because in her mind is conditioned, and she kind of wants this man in her life to take care of her. And she hasn't learned anything about boundaries and self-trust. So you enter these controlling relationships because you were trained to disconnect from your own truth, your feelings, your intuition, your body. And when you start your healing journey, I hope you are on the healing journey already. And this healing journey begins when you connect to yourself again, like you come back home. I sometimes do this practice for myself when I have to reply to a question that is like, I don't want to do that, but I don't know how to say no. I innerly say to myself, I will respond in a way that feels correct for me. This is how I check back in my body and activate my self-trust and trust in the divine connection. And actually, this is a really huge step, because when we come to our self-trust, the control from other people are losing its importance. And you are no longer available for this tricky self-abandonment thing. You know your truth. You know your boundaries. You feel what your body is saying to you. So if you recognize yourself in this, you have always been a good girl, peacemaker, the responsible one, putting others first. In 15 years working with people, I have seen thousands of women who are this archetype, this good girl, especially women who are also like spiritually interested in spiritual development. And after all this experience, I have put together and created my signature program, Unshakable Self-Trust. This is a 6-week journey for spiritual, kind-hearted, good girls healing after controlling relationships. Together, we will work on your self-trust that allows you to create a healthy love, follow your intuition with confidence, and feel connected to the divine, to your path. To see if working with me is your next step, book a clarity call with me. Link to book a call is in the description box below. It is a free, no pressure conversation where I also offer you to check in your energy and find the biggest block that is stopping you from living your truth and fulfilling your purpose. Here you can see the video with the woman who recently graduated my Unshakable Self-Trust program. Thank you so much for watching, and looking forward to having a call with you.